bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. How you doing? Today's Thursday, December 17th, 2020. $352 days into the new year. Only 14 days left. 2 weeks. Unbelievable. Only 7 days till Christmas. 1 week. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right, we made it. Tonight is our 7th anniversary. Big number 7. And it happens to be another Fader night with open lines all night long. What a great way to celebrate. All right. More on all of that in just a minute. Okay. All right. You know the call-in number, 747-228-2051. And the phones are going to be jammed up tonight. I get that. And, well, they are every Thursday night. But it's going to be great. And I enjoy hanging out on Thursday nights with all of you so much. And then it comes through to a day like today. And I'm going to speak about all of this in just a minute. But and it kind of puts everything into perspective. And I enjoy it so much. And tonight is just even more special. Okay? And it's a night that we almost missed. I'll tell you all about that in just a minute. All right. Today, I was working a very busy day today, and I was doing some maintenance here in the studio. And as you can see, I installed, well, you can't see what's happening over here, but there's new keyboards have been installed over here and then around. And what this enables me to do, and I had to get all of that done and things, but see, I have to lean in. I'm talking about, because I have gear, there's gear starting from over here, comes down there's a shelf here with racks of gear, and you can see the lights flashing and things. So it's not like I can't put my knees underneath this, right? So I have to lean forward to do work on these computers. Very difficult. And it's the same thing over here. And there's another, you guys can't see this, but there's a shelf here that tucks underneath the console. There's another keyboard here. I've got 4 mice right here, one on that sit over here. And I don't have any way for this computer, so there's got to be another additional keyboard over here. and I'm always leaning in, right? And I need stuff that are backlit because the studio's dark, right? It looks lit up. That's just the camera. Don't be fooled. Anyway, I can't see these keys, right? So so finally I can see, and I don't have to lean forward. So I got all of that done today, and wow, it's just great. And it's the last night of the week, and so I really won't be able to enjoy all the ergonomics that are going on in here until Monday. But so all of that through a very busy day today and an exciting day. So let's get things forward. Let's move forward. Let's get to the phone calls and do everything that we're going to be doing at the bottom of the hour. First, and the reason why I brought all of this up is Carolyn Ford, Crystal Skulls. So go to EinsteinTheCrystalSkulls.com, and the links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Get yourself your own crystal skulls. And the reason why I bring that up is because now I had to move some of the crystal skulls down and over to make room for these keyboards today. And it just reminded me of Carolyn Ford and how fortunate we are to have these magnificent crystal skulls here in the bunker and over at the house. And I can't wait to see what's coming next from Carolyn Ford. But you can go and get yours over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. And yeah, and it kind of killed me. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to move them further away, but I kind of had to. So that's why that was brought up. EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Use the promo code Jimmy for 10% off of your Crystal Skull order today. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Jimmy makes himself sound high maintenance, doesn't he? I am high maintenance. Oh, I am so high maintenance. Oh, man, don't get Rita started on that. Oh, man. Yeah, in fact, she let me know before the show tonight how high maintenance I really am. Sounds like you and Rita have been talking, Stacy. Yeah. It's kind of a weird coinkydink right there. All right. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. It's right here in front of me. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black Questions. The chat rooms are open. Hello to everybody over in the Spreaker chat. Hello to everybody on YouTube, Facebook, the Bunker Cam. Love everybody, especially a night like tonight. No question about it. Let's get to the breaking news as I check the atomic clock. Scientists, huge news today. Scientists have detected the first radio emission collected from a planet beyond our solar system. An international team of scientists used the Netherlands Low-Frequency Array LOFAR radio telescope to explore 3 systems known to contain exoplanets. They checked out 55 Cancri, which is 41 light years away. Upsilon Andromedae, 44 light years away, and Tau Bootis. That's right, 51 light years away. And then it happened. Only the Tau Bootis system emitted the radio burst the researchers were expecting. Tau Bootis produced bursty emissions measuring between 14 and 21 megahertz, as they are described in scientific literature. Lead researcher Jake D. Turner said today, quote, "The signal is from the Tau Bootis system, which contains a binary star and an exoplanet. We make the case for an emission by the planet itself. From the strength and polarization of the radio signal and the planet's magnetic field, it is compatible with theoretical predictions," end quote. Incredible. Now, is this artificial intelligence? Don't know. Don't get too excited on that. What it may be is the magnetic workings around the planet that are protecting the planet, which is just as cool as alien life, if you think about it. Mars doesn't have that. Mars doesn't have that protection. The reason why we exist on this planet is because of that protection. So it could mean both. This is exciting news, and they are continuing the research. Now, moving on to the massive data breach by Russian hackers of Washington's computer networks. They went undetected by the current administration's intelligence agencies for months. As those agencies now mobilize to assess the damage, which the government said today could be more widespread than initially thought, posing a grave risk to the federal government. The heads of most agencies relevant to the intrusion, including the Department of Defense, the State Department, the Justice Department, the Director of National Intelligence, and the Central Intelligence Agency, have all remained silent and did not attend the cabinet meeting yesterday at the White House. Absolutely incredible. Russia, who was behind the hack of Washington, D.C., Russia will be banned from major international sporting events for the next 2 years after the Court of Arbitration for Sport, the CAS, sided with the World Anti-Doping Agency, otherwise known as WADA. CAS announced today that it had reduced Russia's ban from 4 years to 2. All right? And this was done on appeal. But the decision still means the Russian flag and anthem will be absent from the next 2 editions of the Olympic Games, Tokyo in the summer of 2021 and the Winter Games in Beijing in February of 2022, as well as the FIFA World Cup in Qatar in 2022, should the Russian team qualify. Under today's decision, Russian government officials and representatives will be banned from attending events such as the Olympics and the World Championships for the period covered by the suspension. No Putin in any VIP boxes or suites. That is insane. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, the one and only, one of the funniest men on the planet, Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy, happy birthday. Today he is 74. You want to see one of the funniest movies he's ever done? Watch Club Paradise. Of course, there's SCTV and Schitt's Creek. Mia Jovovich today is 45. That's right. Lelu, the Fifth Element. And vocal god Paul Rogers today is 71. Everything that Bad Company did, right? Paul Rogers. But don't forget about The Firm, right? Jimmy Page. That's right. And, of course, the band Free. Happy birthday, Paul Rogers. Our dead guy's birthday today is, moment of silence, please, Eddie Kendricks. 1939 to 1992, died at the age of 52. Eddie co-founded the Temps. That's right. The Temptations. Right? The Temps. He was one of their lead singers, of course, from 1960 until 1971. He was the lead voice on The Way You Do the Things You Do, Get Ready, and Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me. As a solo artist, one of my favorite songs of all time, actually. #1 single, Keep On Truckin'. Eddie died of lung cancer at the Baptist Medical Center, Princeton, in Birmingham, Alabama, on October 5th, 1992, at the age of 52. Happy birthday, Eddie. On this day in history, OTD, 1903. The first airplane flies near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, when Orville and Wilbur Wright make the first successful flight in history of a self-propelled, heavier-than-air aircraft. Fader fact. Now, I bet you didn't know this. Well, this is why I do Fader facts each night on this show. Fader fact. Kevin Costner asked Princess Diana to star in The Bodyguard 2, and she agreed. The plot followed the princess who required protection from paparazzi and stalkers. The script arrived the day before she died. And that is your Fader Fact. Tonight is our 7th anniversary, and it's also another Fader night with open lines all night long. You know what the number is. 747-228-2051. Now it's time for me to hit this River Moon Coffee. 7 years. 7 years. 5 of those with River Moon Coffee. Oh, man. RiverMoonCoffee.com. Promo code F2B Blend. 15% off of your order today. It's the best coffee in the world. Ask anybody. Right? That's it. See, this is the thing. What we should do with River Moon Coffee, we should ship out for free, like one coffee pot worth, right, of beans, like this much. Ship it to you free. Let you just have that, right? Right? The first cup is free. That's what we should do, because you can't go back, man. You cannot. It's really that good. It's the best coffee in the world. All right. Okay. Well, I suppose, wearing my Jim Mars shirt, by the way. This is the point in the show where I'm supposed to say something about our 7th anniversary. You know, how great it is. But nope, not going to do it. Nope. The show is the show. Whatever. We do it because we enjoy it. The success of Fade to Black is because of one reason and one reason only. It's you. Our audience, the Fadernauts, our family. That's it. Nothing more. That's it. So thank you. Thank you for making my life and my family's life so much fun. All right? Tonight is just like any other night. It's Thursday. It's open lines. It's Fader night. And to be honest, I didn't know that it was our anniversary until I heard Renee's voicemail this morning. Oh, man. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know. And then I went downstairs, grabbed a cup of coffee, and went out to our back patio. First thing we do every day, our first cup of coffee, Rita and I sitting there at the table. Right? Enjoying the sun. And Rita goes, I just spoke with Renee. It's our 7th anniversary. Rita didn't know either. And it just kind of says it all, right? Rita let me know today. Renee has been with us since show number 9. That's 1,336 shows ago. Tonight is 1,347. And that's insane. Thank you, Renee. Thank you to everybody. But Rita, the team, and I are always working. We don't have any time to just stop and enjoy the moment. Honestly, we can't. And it's being in this type of position for me to admit something like this that makes it so great. It's not 7 years. It's one long year that's never going to end. It's just one long show. And that's amazing. The past 7 years have been a blur. All right? I'm just being straight with you. Everything just runs together. It's really, I can't express it any more than that. It's just like one long, endless show strung together. Seriously. There's no other way to look at it. Not for me. And although tonight is our 7th anniversary of Fade to Black, technically, it's the 12th anniversary of our company, which started back in 2008, 2009. When the economy crashed back in 2008, any chance of me getting a gig on any local radio station here in Los Angeles was next to impossible. Actually, it just vanished. All of my connections, everything was set up, everything was good to go, and all of a sudden, and I remember, I'm not going to name names here, but one of the station managers who I now know wrote me back and said, hey, man, I went from, being program director here to I'm emptying the trash, and I'm the program director, and now I'm on-air talent, and now I'm also doing the news, and now because we just cut back the staff. That's it, right? And there was no end in sight. So we didn't know. We didn't know what we were going to do. Rita and I were stuck. But at the time, and this goes so far back, at the time we were learning web design and how to write code. And I go back and I think about that. I mean, I had books and things, and Rita and I writing code, man. We were pulling up stuff, and the web was different than it is now. There wasn't, especially back then, you just didn't pull up templates and things. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that kind of party at all. We were starting with blank pages and writing code and figuring things out. It was absolutely nuts. But at that time, we had designed a few websites, and we got pretty good at it. And I look back and I think about the amount of knowledge that we had acquired that we don't use today, but we got it done. And it was at that point when I had thought that there must be a way to get audio onto a site and create a radio station. Nobody had done it. It didn't exist back then. It just simply didn't exist. I had the gear. I had microphones, I had interfaces, I had ways to record, make music and edit and do all of that. But to get that live, it just didn't exist, right? There wasn't anybody doing it at the time. There wasn't a roadmap. There wasn't any, but we had the idea. So one night, we were out to dinner, and we were at some all-you-can-eat salad place. I'm trying to think what it was. But anyway, we're out with our 2 daughters, Diana and Nicole. And Rita and I remember they were sitting in front of us, and Rita and I were over here, and we asked them, and I remember, I think it was Rita, because I didn't want to be the one. Rita says, your parents want to start an internet radio station. What do you think? And I was just like, here it comes. And they shot back with, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, well, that's a great idea. Do it. And that kind of took the pressure off of us. And so that was pretty much it. Our daughter said, make it so. So Rita and I were tasked with this. And we had to figure it out. And somehow, and looking back, I really don't have the answers as to how it all happened. But we eventually managed to get audio to play live on our site that we were designing. And it was trial and error, man. It was trial and error over a few months, making adjustments, doing this and that. It was crazy. But one day we got it done. It actually worked. And then we had to figure out the idea for the radio show and things. But we got over that hurdle. I remember that in the beginning, and this is straight up, we could only stream live for 10 minutes at a time. And it wasn't a minute thing. It was like a size thing, and it was an issue thing, and buffering and getting stuff back to the server and how big the file sizes were and the streaming data. But whatever the issues were, we could broadcast for, like at least 5 minutes and sometimes stretch it out to 10. But then it would just shut off. There was no warning or anything like that. So I would do these little segments right? And I would try to end each segment naturally before I was cut off. It was nuts. But that's what it was like back in the early days. And each day I would do like 6 or 8 of these segments in a row live, and then they would all be stacked up on our website, and we could and it was a memory thing. There was no storage on servers and stuff, but we could finagle this stuff through like 5 megabytes at a time, 10 megabytes max. It was crazy. So anyway, we started to archive from there, but after we created things and we started to see that, wait a minute, and for about 2 years of broadcasting, we would just delete the previous week's files. It was like, whatever it was 100 megabytes or something, and it would just delete. Never saved it. Some stuff was saved on hard drives that have eventually failed and are gone and things, but that's the way that it was. And then YouTube came along, and we started our YouTube channel, and we started to archive there, and we were able to archive. We couldn't archive on our own site. There wasn't a way to do it, but we had YouTube. And we did that for about a year. I don't know how many shows were up, 5 days a week, 4 days a week for that year. And then we started Fade to Black. And our original channel just sat there. We started the Fade to Black channel, which exists to this day, of course. And a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I went back to find that original channel of ours, and it was gone, and it was deleted. We hadn't done anything with that channel, and what YouTube does, if you don't update a channel like at 3 months and you don't touch it or access it or do anything, they just, right? So a year of that original material is forever gone. And the 2 hard drives that had anything on it at all, those died with those computers probably 5-6 years ago. So all of that stuff, all of the original 2 or 3 years of us broadcasting is gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's just here. The 2 original hard drives that have everything stored on it, those died years ago. That's just the way it is. So today we have backups of backups. We have all of the technology to do whatever we want. The bunker is just an absolutely amazing place to be and hang out here. And if I need something, I can get it. Software, hardware, and the people to help out and make things happen. Things are more complex today for sure, but in the end, it's still just me alone, pressing a few buttons, clicking on some things, and doing my research. Each night, like tonight, I enter the bunker, I close the door, I start the show, and I get ready to continue another journey into the night. And so for that, we thank you, our audience, for allowing us into your homes and your lives 3 hours a night. Thank you so much. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. That's it. It's our 7th anniversary special event that almost didn't happen. I'll be right back to take your phone calls because it's Fader Night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Now I'm going to click some buttons, and then I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Permanent industrial glue impossible to remove? Not anymore, because Handyman Formula by D-Bond is a patented chemical adhesive remover. It's used in the building and home maintenance industry, but now it's available for your home use, for your DIY projects. Unglue stickers, silicone rubber, labels, price tags, flex tape, weather stripping, carpet glue, wood glue, liquid nails, even 3M 5200. And it dissolves graffiti. Yeah, graffiti. Handyman Formula by D-Bond works, and it's safe to use on most surfaces. No need to call a professional. Don't get out the pliers and blowtorch. Just apply a little Handyman Formula by D-Bond and wait 90 seconds, then quickly and easily pull the items apart. Get unstuck. Visit dbondhandymanformula.com. That's dbondhandymanformula.com or call 561-575-4200. Handyman Formula by D-Bond.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fader night. What a great night. Spending this evening with all of you. 747-228-2051. Speaking of the phones, back in the day, trying to figure out how to, oh man, there just wasn't a way to do it. How to get phone calls coming in and into the system. Oh man, Oh, I was over at Fry's. And eventually, those early days, I still wonder how we got it all done. But we pulled it off. And but eventually I got I can't remember the company now, JL or something, a phone splitter box. Had to have analog phone lines coming into the studio. That went into the splitter box, and then that would go into the console. And it never really worked quite right. And it was a separator to pull my voice and the caller's voice, the guest, into two separate channels. But you could always hear my voice in the interviewer's voice, and then you would hear their voice a little bit on mine. And it had this weird knob that would frequency adjust to pan the two apart. And we used that for probably the first year of Fade to Black, and struggled with it every single night. I'd be doing the interview and listening and turning that knob and fine tuning it. And that was the only thing that was available besides Telos, and which is still out, but that's a $10,000-$20,000 cash investment. And so since then we have changed the phone system around a few times. Now it's great. It's awesome. But wow, thinking back to those early days, what a struggle it was. Every step of the way, just fine tuning and upgrading and trying to figure things out. But it was always just reading it myself. I think about how many web people we've gone through, and producers and names and people and things over the years, and what an evolution that it has been. But here we are today. The team is great, and we're starting year number 8. Incredible. With that, let's go to the phone. Sue's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Gary from Oregon. How are you doing?
Gary from Oregon. What city in Oregon, Gary?
I'm in Eugene.
Eugene. What's on your mind tonight, man?
Nothing. I just call. I had to call. It's amazing since 2017 how UFOs are in the public eye, and I spotted something not even a half hour ago, so I thought I'd call and talk to you about it.
Yeah, what happened? What'd you see?
Okay, so on Lou Dobbs, I know you're not about politics. This isn't about politics. On Lou Dobbs' full broadcast at 2 minutes and 45 seconds tonight, he has this picture of a company called SolarWinds. It's a picture of a website called SolarWinds.
Mm-hmm.
And their picture in an orange thing has a UFO attacking their servers.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's bizarre. So then what happened?
Well, nothing. I just, there's got to be a reason why they're using that. I'm assuming that they're using that as trademark, But, anyway, they were talking a bunch of politics and everything, and but I don't know. I thought maybe one of your Fadernauts might want to check into that or something like that.
Okay, I thought that you were saying that then after Lou Dobbs, you went outside and saw something in the sky.
Oh no!
Oh,
I got you. Picture. It's just a picture. I don't know. I'm wondering why this company called SolarWinds would have that as their logo. It's weird. Well, anyway, just something for your Fadernauts to trip out on.
Yeah, Gary. Thank you for that. And if somebody can pop up the SolarWinds logo that Gary's talking about in Twitter, so I can check this out. SolarWinds was one of the companies that was just hacked by the Russians. And this is a defense contractor that is out there actually supposed to be protecting the internet and government servers, but to have aliens attacking their servers and their logo. Yeah, I want to check this out. So somebody pop it up in Twitter so I can see it. Gary, thank you so much, man. First call tonight on our 7th anniversary special event. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being out there. I've been a fan for a long time, but that's awesome. You've been around for 7 years.
It's crazy, isn't it? Thank you so much, Gary.
It is. It's crazy. All right. You have a good night.
Enjoy the rest of yours. Thank you so much. Yeah, somebody post that up so I can check it out. I want to see what Gary is referring to. And I'm not going to do that live on the air for everybody to see me. No, I'm not going to do a Google search. Is that it right there? Thank you, Walter. Okay, is that the logo he's talking about? Maybe. Okay. I wonder what Lou Dobbs had up on the screen. That's going to be more interesting. Yeah, let's see. Fadernauts, get it done. Let me see what you guys can pop up for me. And with that, let's go back to the phones. Let's see who is up next. 747-228-2051. Let's see. Broadcast days with the Gentner telephone coupler. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It didn't fry anything. Yeah, that's crazy right there. Cassandra, I didn't realize you had that kind of knowledge behind you. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Heather from Mansfield.
Hi, Heather from Mansfield. How are you?
I am great. It's Fadernight, 8th anniversary.
Yeah, right?
How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? I'm not even going to ask you how you're doing.
I'm in a great mood. And before I got to the bunker tonight, now check this out, everybody. I'm just going to let you know. I see that Rita's tweeting. She's hanging out tonight, right? But and she's probably doing this via her phone as she's cooking. Because before I left the house, she had a roast this big defrosting on the island and said, that's your 7th anniversary dinner tonight. I was like, oh, holy crap. And so I don't know what's going to go along with it, but it's going to be a great show. I'm in a great mood. And I know that as soon as I wrap tonight, it's on. Oh, have you seen... Heather, I've got to ask you.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Tenet?
No, I have not.
Okay, Tenet, Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan
Done.
film. Okay,
I'll watch it.
You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. It was released yesterday, and we watched it last night. Now, Rita only watched the first half. She was out. She didn't make it through the film. But as it was continuing, and I could tell, if you haven't seen Tenet yet, everybody after the show tonight, you've got to watch it, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, done. Done. If you're advising it, done.
Well, see, here's the deal. It reminded me of the first time that I saw The Matrix in the theater. And I knew about halfway through The Matrix, I was like, I am seeing something that is not only great, but I can tell I'm gonna see this film 50 times. I could feel this coming. So anyway, Tenet, I'm not going to give anything away. All right?
Okay.
But this movie is time travel. Okay?
Great.
And I didn't know that. I knew that it was like the #1 movie of the year, and everybody was talking about it, and I knew it was going to be great, and it's Christopher Nolan and stuff, but I just kind of held off to investigate the film and research it because I didn't want to spoil it for me. I didn't want to know what it was about. So we went into it last night completely blind. By the time I got to the end of it, I was like, holy crap. I cannot wait to watch this film. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it again and again and again and again. Because even with The Matrix today, I still see little things that I didn't notice before. And that's what Tenet is all about. This film's incredible. It's incredible. So I'm in a great mood. I know that tonight after the show, I'm going to eat this wonderful meal, and I'm going to watch Tenet again. So there you go. All right. Heather, what's on your mind?
Well, I just lost my voice a minute. It happens every time I'm on your show. I never lose my voice until I call in.
Yeah.
But anyways, my point is, there were two things. One, first and foremost, I don't want to be like everyone's going to say this, but, congratulations on 8 years. And I know you did your opening monologue about how it's because of the Fadernauts and the listeners, but the reality is that those people wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the fact that you have this unbelievable charisma, and I don't mean to like talk you up, but it's true that you could have anybody on the show talking, but it's you that brings everybody together in support of you in the show, all the work that you and Rita have done, because it's such a great show, and it wouldn't be a great show without you. Yes, the listeners are important, but if there wasn't a good guy at the center, nobody'd be listening.
Yeah,
So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
Yeah, and
I know you don't want to toot your own horn. I get it, but I'm just giving you props.
Yeah,
but that's not why I called.
Okay. So let's move past it.
The epic show. Let's get a deep question. Okay.
All right.
So after listening to Billy last night, which was phenomenal, by the way, I want to go back to what Billy normally, and one of my favorite presenters of anything, is the Anunnaki. So let's go deep. All right.
All right.
So we know we've heard ancient alien theories. We've heard certain theories about the Anunnaki and whatnot. And this may be more of an AMA than anything, but what do you think about the Anunnaki? Do you think they were physical beings, or do you think that they were like the OGs of humanity that had creator abilities, and they screwed it up and everything is the way it is now because they had the ability to create things, manifest things from the creator, but now they screwed things up. There were wars, everybody fought, everybody didn't know what to do, and then now we're here where we have to forget excuse me, who we are, because they messed it up. But then the fallen ones are the people supposedly running the crap because they lost their abilities.
Well, let me.
What do you think about that?
What
do you think about that theory?
Okay, let me give you.
You know where I'm going with this,
Heather. Let me give you a chance to get your voice back. All right, and I'll do.
No, I'm good. I'll let you talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, if I take, this is what I'm forced to do, and I'm okay with it. If you take the original tablets and the story that is documented there from ancient Sumer, right? And we just stay right there. I have to accept the way that it is presented. Because if we go back 5,000 years, when those tablets were first scribed, okay, there wasn't any science fiction. There wasn't any thoughts of traveling to the stars or planets or astronauts or space travelers, aliens, flying saucers, flying things, machines, cloning, none of this stuff. They didn't have any reference point to have that type of imagination. It's an impossibility.
Correct.
So I think that we need to accept the way that it was written. Now, if we take it a step further, what is it that they were referring to? Right? Now, when we go to the extremes of Nibiru, a planet, collisions, Mars, intergalactic warfare and things going on. As crazy of a concept of that for us to accept today, it's a whole nother thing going back 5,000 years ago. So I believe that they were documenting exactly what they were experiencing and what they were seeing. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's it. You know, none of us were there. And so when we, we don't have the ability to time travel or go back or dispose witnesses. We can't do any of that. What we have is the historical record. And I don't think it was imagination. I don't think it was science fiction writing. I just don't. I don't think that. I think it was just.
Me neither.
It was as accurate as it was, and so I believe. And the timing of this is the issue. And before I let you go, this is the issue that I have and that I will argue with anybody. We have the historical record as presented by the Sumerians. We have that, and we have a timetable, and we have that discussion, and cloning and things, and 400,000 years and 200,000 years. And then you go to the actual archaeological record of us as humans. And what do we know? We know that we just appeared here as Homo sapiens 200,000 years ago. And there were changes and alterations to our DNA that are part of the historical record. The chromosome pairs that went from 48 to 46. Everything else, I'm not going to get into that. But that matches up to the ancient Sumerian tablets. And we have to just step back and go, now, wait a minute here. We have the historical record, and then we have the scientific data. Coincidence. And it's just not. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I don't even think it's that big of a deal. All right. So there you go. Heather, thank you so much, and thank you for being part of this family.
You are welcome. And thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you, Rita. And thank all the Fadernauts, and love being a part of this. And can't say that. Fade to black.
I'll talk to you. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much, Heather. That's a great phone call right there. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. The only, for me, the simplest thing to do is just to accept things for the way that they are. We have the scientific side. We have the historical record. And just let it go. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Good Lord. It's Mark from Dallas. What's going on, man?
Oh, man. How are you, Mark?
Good gosh, brother. I'm dodging that corona. What are you doing?
I'm getting over the corona. The Rona.
I've been keeping up with it, man. It is running rampant through my workplace right now and up in this area. So I'm trying to be very, very careful. But I don't know. This has been a crazy year. And congratulations, by the way, on your anniversary tonight.
Yep. Thank you so much. And thank you. It's been a long time. I was thinking about you last week, and I was, for some reason, thinking you were going to call in last week because it's been months and months and months, and I miss our phone calls.
You must be psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost called in. I was in a Chiefs conference in San Antonio last week, and ended up drinking bourbon and smoking cigars with some fire chiefs. So sorry, you took second to that. I apologize.
Cool. That's cool.
But man, I got 3 different things I would like to talk about, but let's only pick one. I've got, of course, music. I've got paranormal activity at my farm, or we arrested a serial killer 2 weeks ago, which is kind of interesting.
You arrested a serial killer?
Yeah, man, that doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. Forget about the paranormal. Forget about the guitars. Serial killer in the neighborhood, huh?
So, well, this guy, and I'll tell you this right now, man, serial killers fascinate me. I think they kind of fascinate all of us, don't they, a little bit?
Sure they do.
This guy has just been out of prison. I think he got out of prison in April or May of this year. And he decided to spend the month of November, killing people. And you wonder what triggers in these people, what triggers that? He attempted to kill 8 different people. He managed to kill 4. He wounded 4 others. And this is something he did something that's fairly common. This is the second one of these that I've worked as an investigator.
Right.
To where someone kills someone in a house, shoots them, and then sets the house on fire, thinking that the fire will cover up what he did, his crime.
Right.
So I knew something was weird as soon as this call came in. I've been around too long, and it just didn't come in like a normal house fire. It was just a weird deal.
Right.
And my guys went in and put the fire out very quickly. This was in a brand new house. And I flipped over to the police channel real quick, and dispatch was talking about that shots had been fired in the area. So I knew something was crazy. Then my fire units, 30 seconds after I heard that, they said, we have a body in the living room. So at that point, we ordered them to not touch the body and to exit the building as quickly as possible. This is now a crime scene. Because I've worked this before. I knew I kind of had a suspicion what was going on. So anyway, sure enough, there's 7 bullet holes in his body. The other one I worked was a little stranger. The guy shot and killed his wife. He put 3 bullets in her head with a .22, and it was very hard to find. He had a large caliber. It was easy to find the wounds that he put in his body. The other one I worked was very difficult. We had to X-ray. We had to take the body and X-ray it. X-ray the entire body before we could find the bullets in the other one.
Hey, Mark. Before we've got just enough time to hear the rest of this before the break. How did you?
Oh, sorry.
How did you catch him?
We kind of knew there was a tie to this person that he shot, and he was kind of a known bad guy in another area.
Is this something that you could talk about? Is this an open investigation? And there's things and you really can't talk about it. I understand that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I can't talk about on this, but and I've probably said as much or more than I need to right now. But anyway, I just thought it was very interesting.
Did you have you met him? Have you interviewed him?
I have not.
Okay. I wanted to know the look in his eyes,
Well, what's weird, man, is that this guy's, these guys have like 1,000-yard stare. They can lie to you. It's amazing. The world of a psychopath,
right,
is quite amazing. How they can lie. I think they believe their own lies, and they have absolutely no empathy or no sympathy for anyone. They can kill someone and sleep 8 hours that night.
It reminds me of, you remember the HBO series Iceman Cometh? And
yes.
Oh man, how that just messed with me. It and how easy it was for him to talk about these things. It was mind blowing. Hey, listen, Mark, I've got to head towards a break, but just let me say this to you, my friend. Thank you for being a part of this show for so many years, and I really enjoy every time that you call in. Next time, let's don't do serial killers, and we'll talk about some new guitars. How's that?
Something a little more uplifting. I'm with you, brother.
No, I made the choice. That was great. Thank you so much. And hey, listen, man, wash your hands, wear a mask, take care of your family. All right.
I'm with you. Thanks, brother, so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. And that's Mark from Dallas. And I'm serious when I say this. Last week, I had this weird vibe. I was like, Mark from Dallas is going to call tonight. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. We have completed 7 trips around the sun. We are now heading into year number 8. Thank you to everybody. Let's get back to the phone calls. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein the Ancient Crystal Skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Very special night tonight. It's Thursday night, Fader night, open lines all night long. And it just happens to be our 7th anniversary, 7 trips around the sun since we started this show. And officially heading into year number 8. I want to thank everybody out there for making this such a special night and what a great run it has been. And with that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's your good buddies, Wolf, Steve Murillo, and Alex Mistretta.
Incredible. I got all three on the
Hey.
same line. Hey, guys.
How you doing? Hey, I just want to say happy 7th year to you, Rita, and the family, and the show, and all the Fadernauts.
Wow, this is incredible. That was Wolf, and that's Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Jimmy.
Congratulations.
Man. Yeah, that was Alex. Congratulations, Jim, man. It's a special night. Fuck, excuse my language, 7 years.
7
years.
And let me hear Alex's voice.
Congratulations, man. Happy to hear your voice, bro.
Now, you three, the 3 musketeers, the 3 big troublemakers here at the same time. I'm saying I got a tear in my eye. You guys are the absolute best. And let me say this, most of the audience knows this, but it was Alex, Wolf, Steve, and I, and Rita, way back before the show started, where we sat down over at the house and kicked this idea around. And I said, what do you guys think? And you guys helped us from the very beginning, not only come up with ideas, but you were our first guests.
That is true. That is true.
I didn't have
True
anybody.
story.
I didn't have anybody to bring on the show.
Yeah, Steve was number 1. I was second. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
And absolutely incredible. It's hard to believe, seriously, when we think about this, how much time has passed. It's been 7 years.
It just doesn't feel like it. Man.
No.
It just doesn't feel like that at all.
Steve, let me ask you a
But,
question. Do you remember?
Sure.
Do you remember? We had our little dinner meeting, and you and I walked out to my driveway, and we're saying goodnight, right? And we just had this thing,
Right.
and I turned to you and I go, dude, do you really think we can pull this off? Right. and I said, will you be my first guest? And that was in the
Yep.
driveway, and you shook my hand and you said, Church, let's do this, okay? And I watched you walk away. You had a Porsche back then. You remember that? And
Yep, sure did.
You jumped in your car and you drove away, and I'm walking in the house going, man, we can't stop now. Right? Steve,
It's on. Game on.
Steve said yes.
I knew you were, but you know what? You had so much, and you still do, so much passion. I knew it was going to be a success from the beginning. So, when you have love and you're full of you love your subject, you know it inside and out, and I knew it was going to be a success, and it has been.
Now,
congrats.
And this is another strange thing about this phone call. Is Wolf and I have known each other for over 30 years. We go way back, but it was Wolf.
The big hair days.
Yeah, the big hair days. And it was Wolf that we're going back a long ways now, but it was Wolf that pulled me into MUFON. And
Yep.
Although I had known Wolf for such a long time, I didn't know about his research into UFOs and certainly Area 51. And one day I'm over at Wolf's house. This is, 2007, and I'm over at Wolf's house with Rita, and Wolf starts talking to me about UFOs. I bring up UFOs or whatever. And it was Wolf that pulled me in to MUFON, where I met you and Alex. And if it wasn't for Wolf, and this is the truth, if it wasn't for Wolf and that, chance little get together at his house in the Valley so many years ago, that Fade to Black wouldn't have happened. You know, and if you think that's how the universe works, right? You have these little opportunities that lay themselves out. And Wolf, I got to say, my brother, who would have known that back in the 80s when you and I were hanging out, that here we would be in 2020, and it would be you, the catalyst, to get Fade to Black off the ground. So from Rita and I to you, thank you so much. And the Fadernauts have so much to be thankful for because of one Wolf McCarran. Thank you, Wolf.
Thank you, brother. Well, you know what?
Of all people to put this together.
Of all, see, that's the thing. See, that's the thing, Alex. That's the best point. You and Steve and Rita and I and the rest of our friends, we all know Wolf, right? Of all the people. Of all the people. Oh, man. Wolf, seriously, man, thank you so much. And if we go back and think about...
Sure, buddy.
Yeah, if we think about the timetable of things, do you remember the phone call, the panicked phone call from our car when Rita and I had that UFO sighting, right? I got to call Wolf. I move on. Oh, my God, something just landed in Van Nuys, right?
Yeah.
and how many years ago that was? Incredible.
Yeah, that was wild, yeah.
Or Jimmy, how about when me and Alex called you from Skinwalker Ranch?
Skinwalker Ranch, and
we were staking it out when he called you. What a trip!
You know what was funny about that night? It wasn't you and Alex, which was cool. It was the dude at the convenience store.
Yeah, that kid. Yeah. No, that kid was awesome. You should have seen, because he didn't want to take us to the ranch at night. And you should have seen how fast he donutted that car around at the gate and peeled off and just left us there. It was amazing, man. Dusted everything.
Oh, man. That was 7 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
so
amazing.
much has happened. And if we go through, because of the three of you, the things that we have done and experienced together as a group, the countless dinners over at the house and Rita and doing things, there's all of that. But Steve, there's you and I in the beer can, right? There's that. There's you and Alex and Michael Oming and Rick Sinnott and the Bigfoot expedition, right?
Yep.
You
Which
guys,
was cool.
You guys being on my TV show for History Channel, all of this.
Yeah. We shot a TV show in the middle of the ocean. It was cool.
Oh, I forgot about that. Steve and I on a boat out there in Malibu, a big boat, by the way. Do you remember?
Yep.
And you know what was incredible about that, Steve, is we had probably, how big was the crew? We must have had 30.
The crew was probably 4 guys or 2 guys, and then the boat had like 30 TVs, cameras, sound, all these. It was just, you couldn't walk anywhere without ducking under a mic boom or something.
There was probably 30 people part of that crew, plus Steve and I, and the catering. Remember that? We had a dude cooking for us. That was just that was a great day. But you and I sitting out on the bow of that boat as the sun was setting with all the cameras, and you and I. And what was really cool about that, Steve, was that you and I are friends. And so we were able to just sit down with the cameras rolling and have a conversation on this giant boat out in the middle of Malibu. Man, that was rock and roll. That was rock and roll. That
really was.
That was unbelievable.
That was cool.
Alex, I got to ask you something. While I have this opportunity, you have taken it upon yourself to be a one-man demolition crew.
I've been born, man. I'm on house arrest.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yep, and I enjoy one of my little pleasures in life is to jump on Facebook to see what Alex is posting.
Okay, yeah, here's a funny thing about that,
he's a
because
meme maker
every time I
now.
put something down, I'm picturing Jimmy reading it, shaking his head. Steve's really shaking his head. And Wolf laughing, you know?
Oh man.
I'm just wondering how many marriage proposals you're getting out of that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, how to make friends and influence people by Alex Mistretta.
Right. It's my next book. Yeah.
And
you need to make a meme book and put all this together and sell them.
I swear. And
I was actually thinking about it. Actually,
you have no, Alex. Listen, let me. And this is the truth. Every post of yours, I reach to the keyboard. I'm ready. And then I back off. I'm like, I got to leave this alone.
I comment on all his stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. I know. See, I'm always there. I'm right there. I'll click the like button, and that's about as far as I go with it. But man, Alex, I love you so much, man, and the three of you, our friendship, our families. And this goes on, you know. It's not just you three. It's your wives, your partners, your friends. It's Rita, our friends, myself. We constantly get together throughout the country and here in Los Angeles, and it's just an absolute wonderful friendship. And thank you so much.
It is, and thanks for 7 years to you and Rita, Jimmy. I mean, you guys work so hard at making this show great, and it is, and we love you for it. So thanks for including us on the journey.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
what Steve just said.
Yeah, vodka shots for everybody, okay?
Yeah. And that is Wolf McCarran right there. That's Wolf wrapped up. Thank you guys. You know, seriously, Alex, Wolf, and Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you have done. The show would not be here today if it wasn't for the three of you. And I recognize, Rita recognizes, the Fadernauts do. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Love you guys.
All right, man. Love you guys. See ya. Take care.
Bye, Jimmy.
Be safe. Be safe. Alex, go cause some trouble. I'll talk to you. And I got to say, that was about as cool as it gets. And Steve Murillo, Wolf McCarran, Alex Mistretta, again, in the very, very beginning. Oh, let me say this before I get back to the phone calls. I went to my first MUFON meeting, 2000. Oh man, 2008. I got tears. That was just great. 2008, and I go in, and I meet everybody. But this is the thing: nobody knew who I was, and I'm standing in the back. But I'm listening to these conversations with these groups. It was packed. There was probably a couple of hundred people there. And I'm listening to these conversations that are going on around me. Somebody's talking about a sighting over here with a group of people, and I'm listening. Somebody's talking about an abduction that just hit the news, and somebody's talking about some secret documents that have just been revealed. I'm listening to these conversations, and I felt free. I was like, I'm with my people. This is absolutely incredible. So anyway, while all of this is going on, in front of me is Alex Mistretta. I don't know this guy. And I'm listening to him talk to a few other people, and they're talking about this recent case, and I kind of mosey on over, and I'm listening to what's going on. I'm like, who is this guy? This is a guy I want to hang out with right here, Alex Mistretta. And Wolf introduces me to Alex, and we have been friends ever since. I had no idea what he did inside of MUFON, and he was one of the lead investigators, head of investigations. I didn't know that at that time. Steve was the director of Los Angeles MUFON with 700-800 members, the biggest MUFON group in the world. And that's Steve. And here's Al Wolf, my old friend, who is running the show and the audio and the logistics and things and the facilitator and investigator. And it was just absolutely incredible. And it wasn't. It was 4 years later, 3 years later, that we started Fade to Black, and it was all because of those guys right there. All right, with that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Dylan, Fort Worth, Texas. Daughter Lux, built motorcycles.
Hey, Dylan, how are you, man?
I'm fantastic. Congrats on 7 years.
Wow,
it's awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's great to hear your voice, and thank you for jumping in tonight. It's been you've been with us for years, and
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't pop in too often, but you do it when the time is right. So thank you, Dylan.
Well, thank you. Yeah, of course. It was Lux's birthday. She's 14 on Monday, and congrats on 7 years. I actually am going to buy Richard's book for myself and for my father-in-law. So thanks for that.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. It's yeah. Go ahead. It's your call, Dylan.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say Mark from Dallas, which I'm next door to. Hit me up, DM me on Instagram, Lux_machine. I'd love to hang out with another Fadernaut in the area. If that's cool to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, this is, you bring up something that is so special to us here, is that the Fadernauts have managed to find themselves in different cities. And I just find that remarkable, where these friendships, because when we get together at different conferences and stuff, and I'm able to hang out with everybody, and then I find these Fadernaut friends that have gotten together because of the show, and now they're hanging out, and to see them hanging out at conferences and that's it's incredible. So many Fadernauts know about what's going on in their personal lives, right? They're hanging out, they're talking, and it's
totally. Well, it's
so
cool to have a camaraderie, especially in I'm close to Dallas, so somebody to hang out and smoke cigars with, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, right on. What's your latest? Yeah. What's the latest bike that you've built?
I just finished 2000. I got this guy's laid down 2007 Triumph, and I totally redid it, and it is a beast. So I went and rode it all day last Saturday. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, I'm going to ride it again tomorrow.
I am torn between. I'm going to make the plunge, and the reason why I haven't made the plunge is I can't make up my mind. But I'm looking at. I've got 3 things that would make me happy. One, I would just love a Bonneville bobber, right?
That's what I have. That's what I just finished is a 07 Bonnie. So.
Bonneville bobber would make me the happiest guy in the world. But I also, so let's put that out there, right? Bonneville bobber, I will take any year. It doesn't matter. I would take a new one. I would take a 1970, right? Okay, so there's that. The Ducati Cafe Racer. I
have a Ducati Monster, a 1999 that I made a Cafe Racer, put on clip-on bars. That thing is awesome.
I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, unsolicited. If you ever want me to build you a bike, hit me up. I will totally do it. I just finished doing a part. A friend of mine, you probably actually know, Gilby Clark.
Oh yeah, I saw the video of that. Yes.
Okay, so he made a bike for George Lynch, and he just finished it. He put one of my parts that I designed on it, and it looks fantastic. I'll shoot you the pics of it, and. So it was really kind of cool. George Lynch was a huge influence on me because I play guitar when I was a kid, and to be able to put a bike on his, to be able to put a part on his bike was fantastic.
Yeah. And I saw the videos, and which was
cool.
I saw the videos, man. I pulled Rita into the bunker. I go, this is Dylan. You got to check this out. It's Gilby Clark. Yeah. So, and then my third choice would be a Harley Davidson bobber. And
that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I know. And I've just been shopping and looking till I'm just exhausted. I've spent months researching, and I keep going back. To Triumph. I do. And even
Those
you know
things
what?
are bulletproof.
Yeah, they are. And you know what else is cool? That new Triumph Scrambler. That thing's pretty cool too. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah. So
it's you know what's cool is it doesn't matter. I've got 9 bikes in my shop. They range from Triumphs, old Hondas, Kawasaki's, Ducatis, anything you can think of. I love 2 wheels. I love riding. And if you're a true bike enthusiast, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what you ride.
I have I've gone back and looked at seriously considered like an old Honda CB350, CB550.
I have 2 of them in my shop.
Yeah, I know, and they're
2 350s.
They're great bikes, man, and of course, an early '70s CB750 would be sweet. An old, or how about the original Cow triples? The 750 triples.
Oh yeah.
So I know what I'm talking. I know what I'm talking about, and I know
absolutely.
Old Yamaha RD400. Dude, I'd be all over that.
Oh yeah, that thinned out engine.
Yes.
That's cool.
I would be all over that. BSA single 500 thumper. Bobber that baby. I'd be all over that, man. Oh man, an old Norton. So. But I keep coming back. To a Bonneville bobber. Every time that I see it, it's just the way that, now people are posting it up in Twitter.
Well, Bonnies are so versatile because you can turn them into anything. This thing looked like a beat-up cafe racer when I got it, and I turned it into more of like a urban, kind of like, not a dirt bike, but it's got, knobby tires on it, and I'll send you some pics, but it's different from what it was, and it's, oh my gosh, I rode the heck out of it the other day, and the thing is fun.
I'm gonna pull the trigger and see.
Let me help you.
Well,
let me help you.
And see.
Let me be your problem.
Dylan, we need to talk about that. Okay.
Absolutely. Hit me up anytime, and I won't take any more of your time. I appreciate it. Happy 7th year. That's awesome. And I appreciate listening to you, and thanks to Rita and everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, really quick, what was your Instagram? What was it, Lux?
Oh, it's Lux, LUX _machine, or it is also Relic Motorcycles.
On Instagram.
Yes, sir.
You're the best. Dylan, thank you so much. Say hello to your daughter for me, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and holiday.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
Awesome phone call, Dylan. Thank you so much. Yeah, I saw the TV show that featured Dylan and Gilby Clark, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, Rita, you got to see it's Dylan. And it was too much. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, our 7th anniversary special event. It happens to be a Fader night, taking all of your calls. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get right back to it. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with me.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Old New England Soap is committed to producing the highest quality organic and goat milk soaps available anywhere. We take pride in using the purest ingredients and avoiding the typical shortcuts used by other soap makers. Because goat milk is what feeds your skin, we have formulated our soap to use the maximum amount of goat milk possible, 38%, more than double any other brand. Not because it's easy, but because our soap is always better. We are proud to offer you what we consider to be truly premium quality handmade soaps. What's more, our soap does not contain GMO ingredients, pesticides, sulfates, dyes, artificial colors, alcohol, or petroleum products. Try our new shampoo bar and pooch soap, and be sure to see all of the great scented wood-wick soy candles that burn soot-free for up to 100 hours. Right now, save 15% on your order and get free shipping on orders over $45. Buy now at oldnesoap.com. That's oldnesoap.com. Not available in stores. oldnesoap.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
Telepath is a weekly digital newsletter filled with the latest paranormal news, trending topics, and fresh articles from some of the most popular critical thinkers in the community today. Stay informed on your favorite paranormal podcasts and live streaming talk shows. Interact with the Telepath and upload your paranormal story or pics. It could be featured in an upcoming edition. Sign up right now for the free Telepath newsletter at paranormal.radio. That's paranormal.radio.
Including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Walter's been with us since the beginning. Walter, it's good to see you in the sandbox tonight, my man. And going back, I remember in it was probably 2014 when we were in that cabin out in the desert. And we talked John Teeter all night long. Walter, it's good to see you. And he's just posted a picture of this Triumph bobber. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That right there. Look at that. That is insane. Wow. That's a great pick, Walter. Thank you for that. And tonight's Fader Night, 747-228-2051. Special night's our 7th anniversary, the one that almost got away from us. And thank you to Renee for letting us know, hey, it's your anniversary, guys. Wake up. Thank you so much, Renee, for everything that you have done for us over the years. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Kay calling from crazy Detroit.
Hi, how are you?
Glad to see you doing better. I'm doing fine. Hanging in there. I wasn't going to call in tonight. I was just going to play in the sandbox, but since it was an anniversary, I had to call and congratulate you on your 7th anniversary, going on 8th. I met you on, well, I didn't meet you, but I heard you on Coast to Coast years ago.
Right.
And you were on there as a guest several times, and every time you came on, I go, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And I'd listen to you, and you'd say something, and I was just thinking it before you said it, or you'd say something, or somebody would call in, and your answer was my answer, and I'm like, and I even like his voice. And then next thing I know, you're like, follow me over to Fade to Black. So I did that, followed you to Fade to Black, just a quick 101. And you kept talking about the sandbox, and I refused to go on social media. So you have a lot of influence on a lot of people's lives just because you say something. People are probably drinking River Moon coffee because of you, and have skulls because of you, and things of that nature. And I just wanted to congratulate you, and I say that from my heart. And the reason why I went on Twitter in the first place was because you kept talking about the sandbox, and I wanted to be in the sandbox. So I went on Twitter, got kicked off in 3 weeks because I said something, and I didn't even know what I did. It wasn't even derogatory. But I'm like, okay, so I just set up another account, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm back in, so, no harm.
Well, but isn't once you get into, as an audience member and as a Fadernaut, you get to listen to the show, but and hang out in the sandbox or over on Spreaker or the chat rooms or what have you, YouTube, and you become part of the community, and you start to experience what we've been talking about. That you guys built. You guys built this, right? You've done it on your own, and that's what's so remarkable, that you can jump in and meet individuals maybe from your state or your city, but from around the world, and you become part of the family.
Right, and I've made friends all over the place, and it's been a real interesting journey. And some of the things that are discussed or even not discussed on the show, you can't discuss with maybe even your friends or your family because they think you're crazy or you're just too far out there. So it's kind of like a little happy place for a lot of people to go. And I just wanted you to know that. But the second reason why I called was just to let the Fadernauts know and everybody out there that maybe aren't aware that on the 21st of December, all the planets are going to line up in a row. And I'm sure some people have the information, but it hasn't happened in 6,000 years.
Well, it's on the solstice on the 21st. Jupiter and Saturn are going to line up, and they line up. The next time it's going to happen is in 2080. And it hasn't happened like this close, 1,200, and that's insane to think about, right?
And it's supposed to really bright up the stars together, and people are thinking it's like the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem, but it's really two planets that are going to look brighter because they're closer.
Yeah, they're getting closer and closer. You can look up in the sky. But this is the thing, is that it happens, but it's never visible. This time around, it's going to be right there up in the sky for everybody to see, nearly perfectly on top of each other. It's like 1/10 of a degree apart.
Right, 1/10, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And that's one of the phenomenons, but the other one was the fact that all the planets, every planet and their moons line up every 6,000 years. It's kind of like a quarter of the cycle, which is 24,000 years. So in the 6,000 year cycle will be on the 21st for the sun cycle as well, with all the planets going straight across. And it's the first time that's happened in 6,000 years, and it's not going to happen again in another 6,000 years. So
absolutely incredible. It's incredible.
And the story on it was that the sun will set and rise and set, like a minute or two apart each day, but for 3 days in a row, because of this phenomenon, the sun is going to rise and set exactly the same time for 3 days in a row because of the magnetic fields of all the planets tugging and pulling.
I can't wait for it. And
I'm excited, and it's just something I wanted to put out there. But
it's happening in 4 days. Kate, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend.
Right, you two the same, and I'll talk to you next week.
You got it.
Got to get one more call in before the end of the year. So hopefully I'll get on, but if not, everybody have happy holidays, and thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, thank you, Kay. Kay from Detroit, and it's Monday, I believe. Is it Monday? Monday's the 21st? I need to check. Hold on for a second. Let me see. Monday, the 21st. Is that Monday? Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, it's Monday. Monday night. Oh, man. It's going to be incredible. All right. Let's see who I'm bringing in stuff, and I am going to juggle a couple of things really quick, and then let's see who we have up next. And let's go to area code 303. Let's see what 303 is. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Well, now, how about a happy 7 years of Fade to Black to you and Rita, Jimmy?
And who may this be?
Well, if I said this is an OG ghost fader who's crazy busy with space art, who comes to mind?
Eric Bleepin Stitt. How are you, man?
That better than I deserve.
That's always the right answer. That's always the right answer. Thank you so much,
yes,
man. And thank you for everything. You're one of the most talented artists I've ever met in my life, and the support not only with the show, but your friendships with all of the Fadernauts out there. Eric, thank you so much, man.
Oh yeah, hey, your Seriously shirt's been doing pretty good, and big shout out to Zach from Debramento and Ken for scooping up the latest ones as of late. So that's been pretty cool.
Now, and, I didn't know. Let me bring something up. I didn't know this. You never mentioned it. You're very humble. But I didn't know this until I caught a little bit of a post from you last week that you used to work for UFO Magazine.
Yeah, I blogged and wrote for UFO Magazine back from, let's see. Oh, geez. Gosh, this was back when, I'm trying to remember.
Was it Don
Nick
Ecker?
Redfern was, no, this was Bill and Nancy Burns. It was after Mr. Ecker.
Okay.
Yeah, this was back probably 2005 to 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Bill and Nancy Burns? Are they still out there doing it?
The magazine folded.
No, I'm just talking about in the UFO community. I haven't heard from Bill for probably 6 years.
Nah, ever since the show UFO Hunters tanked, they pretty much just kind of faded into obscurity. They're both up there in years, and I think they probably just retired. They lived on, and maybe still do. They lived on a
boat.
A boat, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The last couple of times he was on the show, he did it from their boat. But that was probably, like I said, that was probably 6.5 years ago since I last talked to Bill.
Yeah. And so, when that folded, my art was starting to really kind of catch, and I had to make a decision. Do I want to continue writing, or do I want to draw and paint? And I enjoyed drawing and painting more than I did writing, so I did that. I did write a book, and I just got that off my chest, and I put it out there on Amazon, and so it's out there. And that was like way back in 2012, and then I just fully committed to art and been there ever since.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I caught that. I was like, holy crap, That's pretty incredible. Eric, thank you so much, man, and thank you for taking the time tonight to stop by. And our friendship is very special to Rita and I. And just thank you for everything, man. You've got intense talent, intense.
Oh, thank you. I was, when you had posted this was the 7-year anniversary, I was thinking way back. When I think the first show that popped in my head was like a Michael Lee Hill episode when he's talking about seeing some funny lights and woo over the Great Lakes area, and of course you guys, always talking about music, guitars, rock, and all that, and him dropping F-bombs.
I remember that night. I do. I remember that night. That was a while ago too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it was.
I keep repeating myself. Man, that was a long time ago. But when you chalk up, 1,300 shows over 7, everything was a long time ago.
Well done, sir.
Thank you so much, Eric. And you guys safe? You and the family, everything good?
Oh yeah, we're like everyone, probably having nice, quiet, small little holidays. I got a big fat birthday dinner coming up on Monday, so I'm happy about that. I get food. That's my favorite present. And then Christmas is just us four, and more food. I'm definitely down for that. And I'm hoping that you and your fam, Rita, you got that nasty COVID business, and I hope it just passes through as fastly as it came to you, and it doesn't linger and turn into yuckiness. You're sounding pretty good now, better than you were,
Theatrics is half of the sale, Eric. You know that. So
well, I got to tell you, when you posted your picture there, and I watched you on the video, I was at my grandfather's open casket funeral, and he looked a damn sight healthier than you, 3 days dead than you do now, did when you posted that. So,
Eric, you're the best, man. Thank you so much,
right.
and enjoy your weekend and happy birthday.
Yep, and go Beckley Tepe and happy holidays to you, yours, and all the other Fader fam out there.
Thank you
all right,
so much.
Take care, bud.
That's what I'm talking about, Eric Stitt. And yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw that he had this extremely long run over at UFO Mag with Bill and Nancy Burns. I was like, wow. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Laura in Chicago.
Are you kidding me? How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to hear you. I'm so happy that you're okay. And I just wanted to congratulate you and Rita for 7 great years bringing us the best guests and information. Thank you for all of your hard work, for keeping strong, and for being the backbone of this community. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you, Laura. This is Laura London, everybody, just so, you got to get the London part in, Laura.
I'm so used to not giving the last name.
But you know how many Lauras are in Chicago that could claim that they were on Fade to Black?
Hey, shout out. Speaking of that, shout out to Deb in Sacramento. We've just connected on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah, she's
Deb from Sacramento.
She's amazing.
She's a regular, huh?
Yeah, she is. She's usually the last call of the night. It's pretty funny. And even if she calls in, Laura, early, I'll make her sit on hold for like 90 minutes.
Oh, no.
I save her for last. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, and then I want to bring something up. So, yeah, shoot.
Okay, well, this one's an easy one.
Okay.
Best pizza joint in Chicago. Which one?
Oh, see, now, do you know that I'm not a native Chicagoan? I'm a native New Yorker.
Which is and that's even a more difficult question. If I was going to bring up, a pizza, the best pizza in New York, holy crap. That's probably a bigger fight. Probably a bigger fight. But
a bigger fight.
Than Chicago.
Even in Chicago. Chicago pizza is not my thing. It's taken me a really long time to get used to it. I do the Lou Malnati every now and again, but it's so heavy, and there's nothing like the pizza I grew up with. New York pizza, you cannot get that anywhere else.
No,
I
you
don't care
can't.
what anybody says.
You can't.
No, you're in Florida and it says New York style pizza. It's not.
No, it's not even close. No, we have the same issues out here in LA. But I'll share this with you. Okay.
Okay.
Rita and I were in New York, and we hadn't had pizza yet, and we're walking up. We're right by Madison Square Garden, and we're walking up the sidewalk, and we're like, okay, it's time. Let's do the pizza, right? Okay, all right. And so we had agreed. Let's just roll the dice. First pizza place we see, we're gonna walk in. And so what is it? We're on 6th, I think, right? Next to Madison Square Garden. And we see across the street there's a pizza place. So we cross and we walk in, don't know, right? Walk in, we order a couple of slices, and we go and we sit down, paper plates, the whole thing. We're sitting in this booth, and we both bite into the pizza, our slices at the same time. We both started crying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, oh, right? And I'm talking about it, Laura. I'm not making this up.
No,
I mean,
know.
it was just the first place we saw, and you can't
go wrong.
No, there is something going on there, and you can't replicate that anywhere. I
know.
So yeah, you're so right about that. It's a little slice of heaven. Okay, so you said you had something that you wanted to talk about.
I do. I listened to your interview with Scott Walter. You've had Scott Walter on the show many times. I've been listening to you guys for years. I watched his TV show, America Unearthed. It ran for, I think, 3 seasons on H2, and then Travel Channel picked it up, 4 seasons, 49 episodes. Great stuff. He comes on your show last month, I think it was November 11th, and he drops a bombshell, Jimmy. He drops a bombshell about being contacted by somebody in the government to be part of disclosure. My question to you is, why is that not getting more attention?
Yes. Okay. And that bombshell, I don't want to speak too much about this because there's some stuff going on behind the scenes, and I can't take it too far. But leading up to that bombshell that he had dropped, I knew about that for about a week, and the things that were going on. Now I can't say any more than that, but I had the same questions for Scott. Why you, right? And why this, and what's going to happen further now. I think that, without saying too much, that there is going to be some things that are going to come to the surface very, very soon. It could be days, could be weeks. I can't say anything else. I almost said something that would actually compromise everything. But yes, and it's a really, 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 really big deal. I was sent some images and things to ponder, and I'm in a very, very strange position with all of this. And Scott and his wife are in a very strange position. It's difficult, Laura. That this community is very reticent to get close to any government agency. There's too much disinformation. There's too much BS out there.
Right.
And so we're always cautious of that. And Scott is not part of the UFO community. And suddenly he has been thrust into a very strange position for himself. And all I can do, and now I've been drawn into this, and all I can say to Scott and the agencies involved, who are probably listening right now, that I don't trust anybody, right? And they know this. So how things move forward, I just think that in the days and weeks ahead, that there's going to be some action there. And I can't really say anything else than that. I just can't. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Trust me. Spend hours and hours and hours on the phone about this. And it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. And there's some other.
It just shook me.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say that interview that you did with Scott really shook me, Jimmy, because I've been part of this community since the 80s, and I don't think I had ever heard anybody say that openly that they have been not just in touch with, but I mean, physically, they know each other, and this is somebody in the government, and this is somebody who knows and told him, and he was sharing with you on air what he was told. And why is that all suddenly okay?
Well, and if you were part of the conversations that happened the 7 days prior to that, your mind would have been blown. I mean, just like, holy crap. So all I can say is that Scott's a very smart guy. I'm a very smart guy. We trust each other, and that, you know what? I can't say anything else, but thank you for thank you for making note of that, because it's a very, very strange situation that all of us have been part of. When things take off, and I know everybody's going like, church, come on, man, you're saying stuff, but you're not saying anything. When I'm in a position, then everybody's going to understand. They'll get it. And
well, I mean, yeah, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, and I do appreciate you even sharing that with us, because I thought, why are nobody else is talking about this? That was a huge interview for me.
Yeah, and there's another part to this, which is because Scott isn't part of the UFO community, that his visibility inside of the UFO community and talking about this is it wouldn't be as noticed as if it was coming from somebody else of note inside of the UFO community. And at that point, it just becomes chatter. So with Scott's position of where he is as a researcher of history and his involvement in this, that is what is important. And that's why Scott, and you know what? I've already said too much. But it's, and you're absolutely right. Ultimately, I think some people are going to be very, very surprised and also relieved. But other than that, let's see what happens. Okay? Like I said, it could be days, could be weeks, but and they're listening. I guarantee. Just like, man, I really need to watch my steps here. But there you go. So
I understand.
I've got 15 seconds. When's your next show broadcast?
Well, I'm doing a New Year's Eve special. It's kind of a tell-all. It's I'm being interviewed by a friend of mine, and then next month we've got the release of the collected works of Marie-Louise von Franz. So that's what's happening right now. I'm going to go back to once a month, but because I'm just so interested in what's going on in the UFO community, and I want to spend more of my time there. As I've said before, this is my first love, and thank you for, as I said, being the backbone of this community. And we love you guys, and thank you for just keeping us informed and bringing us these great guests. And we love you guys.
Thank you so much, Laura. Laura London, everybody. Laura, happy holidays. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and go find some New York pizza somewhere in Chicago. Thank you so much.
I'll do my best. Take care.
Thank you so much. Laura London out of Chicago. And with that, I got to take a quick break. This is Fade to Black. It's our 7th anniversary special event. Thank you guys so much. It happened to be on a Fader night. What could be better than that? I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back with more of your phone calls after this short break. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend. Let's face it, you've always wanted to do a sky watch and see your first UFO. Today, it's easy. Just get your own HP7 3B Cobalt Jimmy Church Edition night vision goggles from Hoffman's Optics. This is the same U.S. military system that I use, featuring a Generation 3 blue phosphor image tube. That's right, it's blue, not black and green. This is the only blue system in the world, and it's waterproof, lightweight, combat-proof, simple to use, and ready to go. Hoffman's Optics help create night vision sky watches, and now you can see what everyone has been talking about each night from your own backyard. Just call 760-231-9929. That's 760-231-9929. You can click on the banners on our site or visit UFONightVisionGoggles.com. That's UFONightVisionGoggles.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Telepath is a weekly digital newsletter filled with the latest paranormal news, trending topics, and fresh articles from some of the most popular critical thinkers in the community today. Stay informed on your favorite paranormal podcasts and live streaming talk shows. Interact with the Telepath and upload your paranormal story or pics. It could be featured in an upcoming edition. Sign up right now for the free Telepath newsletter at paranormal.radio. That's paranormal.radio.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies.
I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black, Thursday night Fadernauts. Our 7th anniversary special event. 7 years. Now heading into year number 8. And I'm serious, everybody. Thank you so much. We have the best, biggest, brightest audience in the world, the Fadernauts, the family, and everything. It is truly, it's not a 70-year anniversary. It's a 1 year. It's just one show. We haven't gotten to this side of it yet. That's what it feels like to all of us here. And thank you so much. 747-228-2051. And let's just do this. This is the best night of the week, and certainly like the best night in 7 years. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Catalina. Your
Catalina.
longtime listener.
Holy crap. I still have some of your chocolate bar.
Yay!
How
Well,
are
I wanted
you?
to say,
Now,
I'm doing great.
Do you
Thank
remember, you've been with us for so long now. Do you remember
Since the get-go.
Yeah. Do you remember the first show you heard?
Yeah. It was in December for sure, but I don't remember exactly who it was. I know it was in December. But I remember after that, because I was definitely listening on and off, but when I was like really full-time Fadernaut listener was in March when that MH17 flight happened.
Yeah.
And you were talking a lot about it, and I was like, wow, this is a cool host that, he's talking about this plane and how it might have been missing and stuff, and you were asking people to call in and ask, and that just grabbed me. I mean, I loved all the other guests that were coming on, but that one really grabbed me. So that one sticks out.
You know, and what was so strange about that is a lot of that happened live on the air. And that was, and it's still missing 7 years later.
Yeah, when's it going to come back through that porthole and come back?
Incredible. Never figured that one out. Never figured that one out.
I know. I was wondering if it's just going to come back through a porthole and, we're going to see it again. Anyways, I wanted to wish you a happy anniversary to you and Rita, and thank you so much for the 7 years. Been here since the get-go. It's kind of interesting that you had the anniversary show. I didn't know you were going to have it today. And synchronicity, because I was reading some UFO history, and it came up on Stanton Friedman's name, and I was thinking, and all of a sudden my mind clicked, and I was like going back, I was like, wow, thinking of all these years of Fade to Black and everything we've learned. I think, what a ride, everything that we've happened. And then I was thinking, one of the things that we kept saying in the beginnings of the first few years of the show was disclosure. And then I was thinking back all these 7 years, and I go, you know what? We've had a lot of disclosure in 7 years. We just don't realize it, between the guests giving us information and whistleblowers coming out and a lot of agencies, government agencies opening up their files and then citing that. And then, of course, now we have Space Force. I was like, that's a lot of disclosure in 7 years, don't you think?
Yeah. Do you remember? You're so right about that. And if we start to accumulate and pile everything up and think about everything that's happened in the last 7 years, it's incredible. But let me ask you this. Do you remember you and myself and Stanton Friedman having a drink together?
Absolutely.
How cool was
Stamped
that?
in my brain.
How yeah, right? I mean, how cool is that? And I remember you were sitting to my left. Stanton is sitting to my right. And I said, Stanton, I'm going to order you a drink. And he goes, oh, no. I said, oh, yeah. Stanton, I'm going to order you a drink, so you need to tell me what that drink needs to be. And he caved. You remember that? And I got him.
Yeah.
He drank a martini. And
That's right.
and we got to sit there, and this is the thing. We had Dan was there from Australia, and Dan is he's in the sandbox right now. Dan James was there from Australia. Micah Hanks was there. Rita. But anyway, Stanton closed the bar with us. He sat He sat there with us all night long. That was a great night, and you being there just made it so special. But how cool of a night is that to sit and eat? Remember all the food? Remember that? And we brought out we brought in extra tables. We had like 6 giant tables.
A buffet. It was a major buffet. And I didn't realize I was sitting around these giants of the ufology. Now I do, and I look back and I just go, wow, why didn't I ask all these questions? But I didn't know. I'm kind of a newbie. I was like, so now I look back and I go, see, we were all meant to be there. There was a reason for that. Even, Linda Moulton Howe, when she came later.
Yeah, Linda was there. Yeah, that was an incredible night. That was an incredible night.
And a great conference.
It was a great conference, but that night, I remember it was snowing and things, but the bar was so gracious and so happy that we were there and doing it like we were doing it, and they really treated us like royalty. That was a fun night.
Absolutely,
it was a great.
It was like a time pause in life. It just like we're supposed to have this unique, mystical, because there were so many great conversations, and that whole conference too. It was just amazing. And then, so fast forward to finally Conscious Life Expo, which I can't even believe was last February after everything we've been through this year, because I kept wanting to go. I never got to go, and here I finally got to go. And then the very next month we're in a lockdown, and I thought, well, is that kind of like the closure for the conference? It was like, okay, got to go to this really one and this other one. It's just really mind-blowing of all of that up to this point. And
you're right. And that Conscious Life Expo, which was in February, the lockdown happened a week later in March.
Amazing.
But we went out with a scream, didn't we?
We did, because I remember the last time I called you was in February, right after that. And then I was talking about, all these people and thousands of people, and we're just, everybody's shoulder to shoulder and everything. And to think if we even get to do something like that today would be absurd, right?
I know.
But it was the killer. It was the bash. It was the last send-off, I guess. I hope not. I mean, I hope we get to have more of those in the future, but it's kind of interesting. And here we are at the 7th year anniversary.
Thank you so much, Catalina, and thank you for the memories. You've been with us since the beginning. Thank you so much.
I've learned so much. I'm going to leave you with what I think is a UFO story. I had a friend about a week or so ago from Montana, and told me that he had been driving home, and he was down the highway, and a bunch of these cars had pulled off the side of the road. So he did too. And he said, I got out of the car and looked up, and it was in early evening. And he said, I saw like 100 really bright lights in the sky, like all in a row. And I said, were they like spaced out? And he said, yes. And I said, well, what time was it around? It's about 8:30. And he said they were just really bright, and they're just standing there. And he thought that they're satellites. I'm like, no, satellites spin. They don't just sit stagnant. And then I thought, oh, I know what they were. But before I tell you, I want you to tell me the first thing out of your mind what you think it was.
Starlink.
Like 100. It was like 100.
Yes. Elon Musk, Starlink.
But satellites spin. If they don't spin around the Earth, they're going to follow the Earth. So that doesn't make sense to me. He thought that too.
Yeah. Well, I believe I need to do some more research into this before I say something that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because physics, I've seen satellites you have too. We've seen them all, and they move.
Well,
And
no,
it's been-
some are geostationary, and they're held in one spot with the orbit of the Earth. And so I don't know. I believe, and I could be wrong here, but I think the Starlinks can be moved too as well. They're not in the same spot, and I think that they're still assembling that. But I believe that they are in a string, that they are in line because they're there for internet coverage. I'm not even sure if Starlink's been fired up yet. I don't know if anybody knows, but
well, do you want to know what I think it was?
What do you think it was?
Well, I've seen other film footage of people that have put things up in the United States and other countries, but not that many, okay? Probably more like 40 or so. And from the people that are contactees that explain what it is, because the ones that I saw weren't just white. They're real pretty, different colors, and then they glow and go in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the same thing, though. They're evenly spaced and stuff. The person that explains these different people, they say that these are starcraft, and they wait in line. It's always in that time, early evening, for what? To dock into the mothership, because that's what they do. They have to, these big ships can take 100 ships. And so I thought, wow, if that's what it was, that's pretty cool. And that gives me a lot of hope, because I know we've gone through the disclosure thing, but now that we're supposed to go into this new timeline, Aquarian timeline is December 21st, next year is supposed to be the official first contact. And for all of us who are awakened, that's what I'm hoping for. And with that, I just want to thank you again. Happy anniversary, and let's keep this party rolling.
Catalina, you're the best. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Absolutely. Take care. Happy anniversary.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Catalina. Catalina, which is really funny, when we fire up the show each night, I can see everybody over in the chat room. Catalina's right there. First up out of the gate. Catalina's right there. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What's going on, Jimmy?
Who's this?
This is Mary from Mystic, Connecticut.
Oh, hey,
Sorry.
Mary. How are you?
How are you?
I am fantastic, and it's great to hear your voice on this very special night. 7 years.
I know you guys have been on for forever?
7 years. 7 years, going into year number 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I have to turn this down, like the whatever it is.
Yeah, you can't listen to me in the background, because
I
then
have to turn it down.
Then you're
I
listening.
turned it off and I turned it down.
There you go.
Okay,
What's on your mind tonight?
I don't know. Have you seen any things in the sky lately? Any UFOs and stuff?
I haven't gone out looking. Okay, but and we had a bunch of friends gather for a little get together over my birthday, which was back in October. So we're in December now. It's been 2 months, but we did some night watching then and got to see some pretty cool things. But let me say this, though. Rita and I are getting ready to get a telescope.
I love you and Rita. You guys are so cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
had to say that.
We and we're going to start using a telescope, and I cannot wait for that. We have night vision and things. There's a lot of light pollution here in Los Angeles and in Burbank, which makes it difficult with night vision equipment.
Right.
But we want to start looking. I want to check out the moon every night. We want to look at the stars. And last night after the show, Rita pulls me outside. It's about 11 o'clock at night. And she goes, "Look at that star." And I said, "Okay." I'm looking at it. And she goes, "Now, what's happening?" And as I'm looking at it, it kind of, and I don't know if it's an optical thing with my eyes or whatever, but it starts to look like 3 stars or 4 stars. It kind of like moving around, different colors too. And she goes, "You see that,
That's
right?"
not
And
a
I go, "Yeah." Now, I don't know. And I said to Rita last night, this is why we've got to get a telescope. when you see something like that in the sky and it's kind of messing with your eyes a little bit, you need to be able to just pull out a telescope, point it up, and look at it and see what it is. And
that's not a telescope. That's like, it's a telescope, but it's like, that's not something that you can say, oh, okay. So it's just like some like Saturn or whatever you call it there. You know, one of those like, what do they call those? Like the Pluto and shit like that. That's not like that. You know what I mean? That's
but that's why you've got to be able to just grab a telescope and look at it. You know, because with your eyes, you can't tell. You can't tell with your eyes, and especially my old eyes, you know. And,
your old eyes. You're the same age as me. Stop. Shut up.
Mary, enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you so much.
All right, I get it. All right, have a good night. And you know what? Just look to the stars, like look to the skies and stuff, you know?
That's
You
it.
have to look at the skies and whatnot, because you know what? You can't just like be like, oh, that's not this and it's not that. It is. Trust me.
That's why we're getting our telescope, Mary. I'm serious, and I'm going to be taking pictures with it too as well. I can't wait. I can't wait to look at the moon.
You know what? And plus, I'm on Twitter. I know I see your stuff on Twitter, and I don't look on YouTube or whatever. I look on Twitter. But you have to look on it, and you have to post that stuff. You know.
We're going to start doing it immediately. Mary, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
I'm going to go to sleep. I got to go to bed, and I got to get up and go to work tomorrow and whatever. It's been snowing and whatever. I live in New England, so it's snowing here in New York and everything. You guys live in California, so you don't have that shit.
No, we don't. No, I wear sandals all day. Thank you so much, Mary, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Mary's been with us for what seems like forever. And as with all the Fadernauts, because we're all family, and I'm able to know everybody. And there is when I go to different conferences, and I am able to walk around, the Fader House, a party, a lounge, a bar, and I'm able to walk, and I know everybody there. Everybody. I love it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
This is
Yes.
This is Jay in Carlsbad. How are you?
This is Dave in Carlsbad. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. My name's Jay, though, with a J.
Oh, I got
J-A-Y.
it. Got it, Jay. Got
Sorry. So I've been listening to you since Coast days, and I got to just be straight up with you. When I first started hearing you on Coast, man, your voice would drive me crazy, and I would just turn the radio off.
Right on.
But then I was no, hear me out, please.
No, I am. I'm hearing you.
It's a testament to the person that you are. And I remember being back in 2014, I was at work overseas, and I started listening to your show. And I'm not a Fadernaut as far as being in any of the groups, but I've been listening to your show ever since. And I think that you are a class act, and I think you have a great spirit. And I think there's a reason why the Fadernauts have gathered around you and your family. And I just wanted to say thank you for what you do and what you give to all of us. And I won't take any more of your time. And thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Jay. And behave and be well, and happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to you, man. Thanks so much. Have a great one.
I really appreciate that phone call right there. Thank you so much, JJ and Carlsbad. And yeah, have you ever gone through the experience of, you listen to your own voice get recorded, right? And you listen like, oh my God, I can't stand Well, I've often thought about that. When people listen to me out there, what are they? Do they hear what I hear? Because I hear what Jay heard originally. Oh, man. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Joe Rich from Staten Island.
Hey, Joe. How are you, man?
How you doing? How you feeling there, brother?
It's all good, man. It's Thursday night, Fader night, anniversary show. Heading into the holidays. We're what? 6 days away from Christmas Eve, 7 days away. And we got the solstice on Monday. I'm talking to you. Life is pretty good.
That's right, brother. Hey, you brought me to a good couple of years for the nights there, Jimmy. I can tell you, I don't know if you know, but we've all been through a whole lot of changes, my friend.
Yes, we have. There's no question about it. No question. How are you, and what's on your mind tonight, Joe?
I'm well. I'm right on the same page with you and your friend Billy, by the way, about being positive and showing that light and love and trying to be a good influence in some way or another.
That's it.
So I'm right there with you.
That's the only way. That's the only way to live life.
I have a sequel title for your friend Billy for his book.
A secret?
Don't mean you have a sequel. You know, a title for a sequel.
Okay.
Being woke don't mean you have to be stupid.
Joe from Staten Island, man. And thank you. You know, as we head into this break, just let me say that through all those years when you were working late night and you taking the time to call into the show and hanging out with the Fadernauts and things, thank you so much for that. And you calling in tonight just makes everything correct. Thank you so much, Joe.
Hey, listen, you kept me going all those years, my friend. I've been through, you've been keeping track of me at all. I've been going through some monumental stages over the years, man. So it's all good, coming all together. Oh, it's all going to meet at the center. You know what I mean?
We don't have a choice, do we?
Well, when your back's against the wall, you can only come out fighting, Jimmy. That's all you could do.
Joe from Staten Island. Thank you so much, Joe, and happy holidays, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Well, you do the same, my friend, and your wife as well.
Thank you so much, Joe, and it's great to hear your voice. I mean, how much better can you say it? The way that Billy was laying it out last night on the show, and it's very, very simple. Be nice, stay on your game, look at yourself, be cool, and that's how you need to live your life. That's it. That's it. Don't have negative vibes around you. Just don't do it. I'm going to take a break right here. This is Fade to Black, Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. We've got one segment left. If you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to everybody. All right? It's our 7th anniversary special event. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
Listen to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
The older we get, the more important it is to stay active and healthy. I exercise regularly, eat right, but recently some new aches and pains have really put a cramp in my routine. A good friend recently told me about Angioprim. She said Angioprim is the original liquid oral chelation supplement, helping people since 2003. Chelation helps remove toxins, heavy metals, calcium, and cholesterol in veins and arteries that may cause blockages and lead to unexplained pain. Research shows the active ingredient in Angioprim has superior oral chelation action that may help promote good cardiovascular health. After a few weeks of taking Angioprim, my pain was gone. Now I'm back and more physically active than ever. Find out more. Go to angioprim.com, ANGIOPRIM.com, or talk to a trained consultant. Call Angioprim right now, 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 7 years on the air, heading into year number 8. Fade to Black. And we do it with great sponsors. Great sponsors like Virtual Shield VPN. You've got to get Virtual Shield. You need VPN. You've got to have your own virtual network. That's what you need. All right? And you can see the studio. Studio's beautiful. It's great. It's fantastic. It runs with a lot of computers, all of them using Virtual Shield VPN. I don't like being spied on by advertisers. I don't like being spied on by anybody, which is why I use Virtual Shield. Now, if you want to browse the internet like I do, if you want to do everything anonymously like I do and securely like I do, please visit virtualshield.com/fade to black. That's all you need to do. You can head over to our website if that's where you are at. Scroll down, click on the Virtual Shield advertising right there. Click on that, you'll head straight over. Or you can click on the link in the description box below. It's that simple. Do it, and you will get Virtual Shield VPN for free today. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black Thursday night, Fader Night, 7th anniversary special event. Rita posted up an hour ago a picture of Walter, myself, and Rick Sinnott, and this picture was taken in August of 2014. Absolutely incredible. And to think about all the time that has passed since then. But check out Walter. And I'm trying to read his shirt. Walter, Look at Rick's in it. Oh, man, that is a precious shot right there. And great memories. Thank you for posting that, Rita. I actually saved that. I have never seen that picture before. Little frog in my throat. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's Mike from Vegas.
How you doing, Mike? What's on your mind tonight?
First of all, I want to say congratulations. 7 amazing years. I think I've been on board for about 3 of them.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. I wanted to say thank you for the show last night. That was I'm kind of walking down a different path or getting ready to, and I just felt like it was really speaking to me. It was important for me to hear because I get overwhelmed by a lot of the learning curves that I'm on, and sometimes I freeze up. And listening to Billy was it was what I needed. It was a tonic.
You know what's there's one thing, and if you ever get a chance to meet Billy, do it. Okay. But
I think I'd be intimidated.
No, see, but which is my point, that you watch Billy. I've done this more than once, right? I've introduced him at just about every event that we've done together. But after hours, I've watched Billy walk into the room, a group of people. He'll be by himself. He's always wearing a suit. Right, he don't play around. That guy dresses correctly, but he walks into a room, and immediately people are walking up, and he'll end up sitting down with 10, 15 people around him, and he's just talking, hanging out. People are asking questions, and he'll do it for hours, and it's incredible. People are drawn to him. It's crazy, and I'm just so proud. I'll just kick back and just watch. Look at Billy go, right? And if you ever get a chance to do it, you've got to take advantage of it. He is so cool. He is everything that you think he is. He really is, man. He lives it. He walks it.
So, I'm fighting my version of COVID as well, and I normally am working at this time, and. It's funny because, when the week started, I knew I wasn't going to be at work. And I said, well, this is great. At least I get to listen to, Fade to Black every night. And as soon as the sun goes down, my eyes just go closed. I think I got to hear about half the show with Billy last night, and I heard the last hour, that was killer. So it was so good.
So you tested positive? You tested positive?
Yeah. I'm quarantined with my dogs. Yeah, we're just me and dogs quarantined. So I have a point kind of question regarding this. When I first got it, and I thought, okay, at least I don't have to get the vaccine. I've got immunity. And then I, playing back through the whole last year, and when this whole thing started, they said, okay, people are going to get immunity.
Okay, we're losing you, Mike. You need to speak into the phone.
Okay. So the going way back, they're saying, once enough people get immunity, everything's going to be okay. And then they started finding out that the immunity didn't really last, and you could get it again.
Right.
So now my question is, and I haven't heard anyone bring this up, but it's going to come up: is the vaccine going to last, or is that just going to be like your normal immunity? Or is it going to be every 4 to 6 months they're going to say, well, we need to re-up you on this vaccine? And that's my question and my concern. And, I wasn't going to get the vaccine anyway, but right. That's my question.
Yeah, I have the same concern. Look, I don't think I was having a long conversation. I'll just say it. I talked to Jay Widener today for about an hour, and we were talking about all aspects of COVID. And that's one of the things, right? We don't know anything. I feel that we are being given information because the information isn't there to give, right? And there's all kinds of talk right now. I've heard all the stories. And especially months ago, well, if you get it, you're going to have the antibodies and you're going to be immune. But what if it mutates? That's number one. Number two, then you started to hear the stories coming in about people getting COVID a second time. Right? Now, wait a minute. I thought that, and it's not uncommon for people to get a virus or a cold twice in a year or get the flu twice. I guess that happens. But this virus appears to be smart. And I think it's probably already mutated a few different times. And some versions of it seem to be mild, or some people aren't as affected by it, by others who are immediately hospitalized. Right. And it's like right out of the gate. And I felt when I first got it, I could not believe how rapid and gnarly it was. It was like within 30 minutes from when I was feeling weird to when I felt like, oh, no, really? Now, I didn't get hospitalized and it didn't get into my lungs. But others are talking about these very horrific experiences and ventilators and hospitalizations. It didn't hit me that way. But this is the other part. Now we're hearing that the vaccine is, first off, you got to take 2 doses, right? You take your first one, then you get a second shot 2 months later. And the vaccine may only last for 3 or 4 months. You know, you're not protected for life. You know, it's not about that. And then there's the other part where we know that each year there's a new flu vaccine that's been, you know, modified for the current flu virus that is going around. Last year's flu vaccine doesn't do you any good this year, right? So is it the same thing with COVID, right? Where hear me out, Mike. Once we get through this version of COVID, whatever it is, right? We got to get through the winter months, and let's see where we're at in February and March and April, and as we go through this cycle. But what's going to happen next year? Is this going to be something that is going to be seasonal for the rest of time? Right? That scares me. You know, I don't know. And right now we're just in the first year of this. I have no idea. I don't. And I was talking with Jay about this at length today. And the fear that has been put in with everybody on this, I understand it. You know, I'm here to tell everybody it's not a fake. Is the pandemic fake? Should we have shut down everything like we did over the last year? I don't know. We're not going to know the effectiveness of how we dealt with this until next year and the year after, how we dealt with it this year. My take on it, knowing what I know now and what I went through, probably when this first surfaced in Washington State, and we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 cases and so forth. Back then, we should have locked this sucker down. That's what we should have done. We should have done that out of the gate. Just drop the hammer. Everybody stay in your homes. That's it. And then opened everything up after about a month and got this thing under control. And then we could have had the country open for 9 months this year instead of closed. And that includes the rest of the world. That's my take. You know, the people out there that say that this is a pandemic and it's fake and it's a new world order, it's taken. Those are the people that are saying that are the people that haven't gotten sick. My whole family got it, and they got it in days. It was crazy, and we were doing everything. It's very simple. We were doing everything. We were sheltering and we were socially distancing. But once it starts to spread in your family, you can't avoid contact with your family. Can't do it. You can't do it. So those people that say it's fake and it's not real, they haven't gotten sick. They don't know what it's like. You know, and anybody that does get it changes their tune immediately. You know, oh man, they change their tune. They realize how gnarly it is.
My tune's pretty similar in that the only thing I know is that I don't know anything.
I know. I don't know. You know, Jay was telling me today. He goes, Jimmy, you're the first person that I'm able to talk to about this. What are the symptoms like? You know, I don't know anybody. and I'm talking. He wanted the full rundown, and him and I trust each other. And I just told him straight up that my attitude before I got sick, I was pretty blasé. You know, I'm taking my supplements, I'm taking my vitamins. I'm not really in contact with anybody. I run the show by myself, and you know, and it's not going to catch us. And you know, and I think about what I said to everybody: have a great Thanksgiving. Ignore the get together with her. We ended up canceling our Thanksgiving, and everything that I had said was something that I sort of regret today. You know, because I know now that it's not a joke. It's not. It's not. This thing is real and needs to be taken serious. I'm not talking about shutting down the country. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about you don't want to give it to your kids. You don't want to give it to your wife. You don't want to see your family go through this. It's that gnarly. So do what you can to protect yourself. That's it. You know, I'm not going to take the vaccine. I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not. But for everybody,
I'm not either. And I work in a poker room, so you know, that's all we do is trade germs all day long. So
that's it. That's it.
You know, for me, I just have to live with the fact that I'm at risk.
Well, hopefully, and this is Rita and I and Jay are talking about this today. Hopefully, now that we've gotten it, now we can get rid of the fear of, are we going to get it? Right? Okay, so that's been removed, that anxiety. And how long are we immune to it? You know,
that's the question.
Yep, that's it. Mike, thank you so much for the phone call, my friend.
Jimmy, thank you. Have a good night. Go Bagley Tepe.
And enjoy your weekend. All right, be safe. The best you can.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know, man. We know absolutely nothing. I think that the medical community now, this is, look, if I'm going to throw up a red flag on all of this, and I've said this since I was a kid, when we think about the common cold, right, where we can go to the moon or we can do this, when we got all of these things and technology, but we can't cure the common cold. And that, I'm repeating what people have been saying for decades and decades. Can't do it. Can't do it. And all of a sudden, in less than a year, Russia's got a vaccine, Germany's got a vaccine, you know, Moderna, you know, Pfizer's out of Europe. But anyway, suddenly everybody's got a vaccine for a virus. That seems a little weird to me. It does. It feels a little funky. I don't know. I don't know how to put my feelings into words there. I don't know. Now, could it be that with technology and past experience in a laboratory setting with other viruses and things and progress there, that is the reason why we were able to jump on this so quickly? Okay. I don't know. I think that developing a vaccine in less than a year and pumping that thing around into the arms of hundreds of millions of people so quickly, I don't know. I don't think that testing lasted long enough. That's just me. So I'll let everybody in front of me take it. They want to take it, they can take it. All right? It's just not going to happen here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You are live. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the next caller. You got to be ready to go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Keith from Oklahoma. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, Keith. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Hey, is it okay if I ask you a COVID question? Because I'm on day 8 of it.
You're on day 8. I'm on day, today's Thursday. I'm on day 15.
Okay, I still, no smell, no taste. Have you got that back yet?
Nope. Have not. Oh, and it's all part. You know, this is the thing when it comes to this taste and smell thing, which I thought was BS. I did, man. I'm hearing people talk. And when my daughter, she was a couple of days ahead of us with COVID, right? She goes, I can't taste or smell anything. I'm like, come on, you're reading too much on the internet, And sure enough,
Right.
it's bizarre. I think that my taste and smell is my imagination right now, right? Like I've got this cup of coffee, right? And I'm smelling it. And I think it's me imagining what coffee should smell like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm drinking a cup of coffee now, and it's the same thing. It's like I know what it's supposed to taste like, and it's you're just imagining right now.
You're tasting a memory.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man, happy 7 years. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you're starting to feel better. I had the first 5 days were really dicey. And
it was
scary.
like in waves for me.
Yeah, it was waves. Yeah.
For just a little bit, I'd feel good and think, okay, I'm getting over this. And then slam, man, it's like I got hit by a Mack truck. And then temperature on and off. And, it's like, when is this going to stop? I'm on day 8 of this.
There are moments where I will say to myself, I'm over it. I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm over it. 30 minutes later, it's, oh, man, and the headaches are coming back. Your energy is zapped from you. And it's like that 24 hours a day. It's just like this wave after wave. So,
right.
But I'm day 15, and I'm gonna say I'm probably at 57%, 58. If I was going to throw a number out there, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm probably about 48, maybe.
Yeah,
like that. But I was so hoping when I called you, say, yeah, my taste is back, my smell's back.
See, the reports that I've read about that, people are saying 2 months of no taste and no smell. That scares the crap out of me, man. And so I'm trying not
isn't there cases of people haven't got it back?
Yes.
I mean, just gone.
Yeah. I know, right?
Okay.
You know me and food, man.
Oh, me too, brother. Me too.
You want to mess with me? Take my taste away. Oh.
Well, maybe we'll lose weight, right?
Yeah, that's the side benefit. It's the COVID diet plan. Mike, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Jimmy. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. It's a great phone call right there. I don't know how to deal with all of this and put it into words with everybody. I realize it's too easy for people to go, man, church is a shill. He needs to be the conspiracy guy. He needs to be on the other side of this. Look, I'm not a shill. I could give a crap about what the government says about this. Pfizer, the big pharmos. I could give a crap about any of that. I care about my family. I care about this country, and that's it. And that's and this audience. When I got COVID and I went public about it, and I debated. Do I do this? You know what? Too many people listen to this show and listen to me, and they may not know anybody that's gotten it, and they need to hear directly from the source. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to do it. All right? And that's it. You don't want this. Let's get back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey.
This is Jeremy.
Jeremy. Which Jeremy?
What's up, man? The Jeremy.
How are you, man?
The Jeremy. I'm good, man.
What's cracking?
So we're talking about COVID? No,
well,
man.
I guess so.
Well, let me get do you mind if I get my take on it?
I'm sure I can't stop you.
I had it, and it only lasted for a couple of days, and I didn't get that sick. But I mean, it's real. It's not.
You tested. You tested positive.
Yeah, I took a 15-minute rapid test, and I was starting to get really bad headache and body aches, and I had a little bit of a fever. And you start going, oh man, because you hear people dying from it. You kind of get worried, but no, it was only a couple of days. Where I was at, like all of us had it. So
yeah, see,
but anyway,
it's strange for me and the audience to hear your version of it, because the my experience, I'm going to say that I had a medium case. I didn't have a mild case. Okay. I wasn't in the hospital, right? I didn't get pneumonia. It stayed out of my lungs. But I have family members that it got pretty gnarly, and is it the same? Did I get it from them? I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because I was 7 days away from contact with the family members that got it first. So I'm not so sure. And it's very strange how it affects people differently, because Rita, she was asymptomatic. She's watching me sleep for 4 days, right? And she was okay. And then she ended up getting some lung issues last week. I didn't have any lung issues at all. And
I didn't either when I had it.
And so it's weird, Here, Rita and I, did we get the same version? Did I get COVID from somebody else and she got another version of COVID from somebody else? I don't know.
Strain.
Yeah, and
strain maybe. Yeah.
Because
viruses mutate. But
yeah,
what I don't like about it, Jimmy, is I don't like the timing of it. It's just the timing of it was too perfect. The election coming up, they're trying. I'm not a huge Trump fan. I'm not sitting here trying to defend Trump. I'm not. I'm just saying, why now?
Well, we all look. That
it just seems kind of funny to me.
Yeah, look, it does. And Jeremy, seriously, it's an obvious thing to everybody. It's a freaking election year. We've got weirdness going down and divisiveness in the country. Things were starting to heat up.
Fires out there.
Everything seemed to be. Before COVID came along, we were already. Yes, we were already in crazy town, right? And then this happens. So of course we have to sit back and ask ourselves why. Now, this is my other take, and I've got 10 seconds left. Okay. It just may be, Jeremy, it just may be a pissed off Mother Nature. It may be nothing more than that. And you know what's scarier than a Chinese weapon, an American weapon, labs? You know what's scarier than any of that? Mother Nature.
Natural.
Yeah, that's right. That right there, something that you can't do nothing about. That scares the crap out of me.
But what I know from the government, Jimmy, is usually the official story is further away from the truth than the conspiracy theory.
That's
usually when it comes to our government.
Flip it over, man.
So
you get to the truth.
I know.
I'll talk to you, Jeremy. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much.
You too, man. Happy anniversary, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Behave. Or Keith. Sorry about that. Thank you, Keith. And with that wraps another Fader Night, another year in the can, our 7th anniversary special event. Thank you to everybody that called in tonight. I've logged half of the calls. Thank you, everybody. What a great night. Rita and I want to extend our thanks to all of you, every single one. You know who you are. Thank you. All right? Very important that you understand how thankful we are. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarion. Show is produced by Hill J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Everybody have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Fade to Black.